Hello, souls. Welcome to the Cosmic Unity Temple. This is Sabina and my amazing co-host.
Dorota, amazing Sabina.
We welcome you again, and Dorotka will bring a little bit of a recap of because this is a fourth episode and it's about fall. So we've been talking about all the seasons and how Mother Earth teaches us all these amazing things, and I'm just completely fascinated. I mean, each of them is just fascinating. So we have some great info on fall and what it brings and what organs and other things. But Dorotka will take you on a little journey of what we've been up to so far with other episodes. So just a little insight so you can jump into them and starting next year, be guided with that
Yes.
information.
So, as always, we start our podcast with a little intention, and we were laughing because we didn't record it because it was supposed to be personal, and it always is. Um, but this podcast is very personal for us too, because it's fall and it's harvest time. I was taking us back through all the season. Moving through the season with nature was the series that we were bringing to you. And we started with fall. So it was started, sorry, with winter. So fall is the last one that we do. And we actually went through five of them. This is the fifth one. Winter, spring, summer, late summer, because there was so much to cover in summertime. Summer is always so busy. And today we will talk about fall. The gratitude for this series, for everything that we gathered, the information that we prepared for each and every episode that we shared with you guys, the knowledge that was coming through us, the laughters that we shared. We always have fun together. We always laugh. And when I'm posting or sharing this video and listening to us talking, I have to say that I learn a lot about myself too. So it's a journey and I'm loving it. And I think I can say for both of us, we're both loving it. I hope you guys are watching and loving it too. So winter was the season of stillness. And I don't know if you remember, the magic of winter puts us in sort of like this space where we daydream about things, how magical we can do for the next year. We sifting through things and making plans. It's the season of stillness, rest, and deep listening, going inward and listening to yourself. Time to return to yourself, conserve that energy, and sit in a quiet space where we're planning for that new coming year. In a spring awakens us with sunshine. We get that little sunshine. And if you recall, in our episode for spring, we talked a lot about shadows, those coming out shadows. There was a lot of talk about that. Creativity, growth is emerging. It's the season of renewal, rebirth, right? When you think about the season, how it presents itself in a nature and how we step into the same cycle with nature, how we get with this energy, how we think, oh, it's spring, I'm going to the gym, I'm going to walk, I'm going to make garden and things.
Clean
So
up right after
clean
winter.
up, exactly, spring cleaning.
Yeah.
Summer is the season of expansion, full of warm vitality and outward expansion, a time of joy, celebration. It's so much energy. There is so much more sun. We are so ready and so productive. This is like full speed on energy, and we going for it. We're working. We're working our butts. More shadows coming out and more healing, right? We talked about that. More sun, and the shadows are more visible, more light coming in. Late summer is the time of integration, grounding, and nourishing. And this season teaches us about balance. The day and night is somewhat the same length, right? And we are coming into this balance, and we come into reflection, and we learn how to trust ourselves. And today we move to the last season, the fall, which is the time when we harvest what we worked on the whole year. We release, we honor what has repent and harvesting the wisdom that we gain throughout the year. It's the time of gratitude, surrender, preparing for the inward descent once more, right?
Mhm.
Again, another harvest. And with what we have harvested from this work throughout the year, we're gonna take a step into our next season to sit with it, right? And
Yes.
debate what have we done so far and where we want to be next year. So we invite you to, of course, experiment or experience more so with our seasonal videos, our series, move through the seasons. It starts with winter. So winter is not that far. It's still warm, but winter is
Mhm.
coming definitely as every year. However, it comes in your area, even if it's mild, it's still the season where some when the nature goes into a pause and we go into a stillness to think about. So follow our series and follow the nature with the series that we have created and see how it reflects within you. See if you can bring that healing through this process, this cycle of life each year. And every time we step into this healing through seasons, when you think about it, right, Sabinka, and you can march in
Mhm.
anytime.
I love it. I'm listening.
When we when we start on any project, the first thing we do is we sit down and we think, where are we at now? We look through things and what do we want to do with what we have, what needs healing. And we learn a lot in each season about our physical body, which organs are connected to which season. And in that season, you may want to just pay a little bit more attention to them and see how it shows up in us. Do we need to take care of them? Also, emotions, right?
Yes.
Our emotions are, I feel, the biggest thing. It's for me, it's like the chicken and egg thing. What comes first? Is it a thought or emotion? Is it emotion that triggers thoughts, or is it thought that triggers emotions? You know, but this is always challenging for us humans to get this sorted out and understand what's going on internally with us, so we can bring the healing and understanding and go forward, right? Move with new day.
Right, like you mentioned, when we talk about the organs and why do we put organs in these emotions? Because the emotions do affect our organs. So, you
Exactly.
can start with any place. Let's say if you know there's an organ that is troublesome or is weakened or you have issues with, then you will find out which emotions tie into that organ, which emotions are blocking it. So that's why we put those two together. So every season works with that organ and supports it and makes it stronger. So it's good to cleanse that organ during that season. I mean, to me, it's fascinating. I found fall kind of like a lot of different seasons in one, except maybe
Mhm,
winter, because winter is the
mhm,
one that fall prepares us for. It's one of those cycles, like so all the seasons are cycles that Earth shows us, but we go through these cycles continuously over and over, and it kind of teaches us how to move through this. So like, when winter comes, winter would be that moment where sometimes we're like, oh, We got to think about it. We got to go inward. Do you want to think about my life? Do you want to think about myself? How do you feel with yourself? How do you feel sitting in a room with yourself, just yourself? Can you do that? So it's kind of like this, like there's moments where we really have to do that because if we won't do it, we won't learn the lesson, we won't integrate, we won't expand. That's a very, very important aspect of our life. And fall kind of helps us bring that in. And it's just like such a beautiful season. It shows us, and Dorota will, I'm sure, have some amazing metaphors because she always brings that in. But it's like you look outside and you see the leaves are changing the color, they're starting to fall down. And I see fall as a huge season of change. It's helping us, it's teaching us that change is important and we need change, and change comes with all kinds of different things. Sometimes it's something that we decide to change, but sometimes lives bring us change, and it's guidance from somewhere else, and we have to know how to move through that. So fall helps us move through that. And it's a wonderful season because it helps us to release and let go of the things that don't serve us, but it also helps us harvest and helps us gather what's needed for the next season. And how are we
Right.
gonna make that next season comfortable? Okay, so how are we gonna make that time when you have to sit with yourself? Like, what do you need to become comfortable? What do you need? Do you, like, is there a food that helps you move through this? Is there a reading material that will help you? I mean, there's just so many things. Are you an artist? Are you gonna move through that change or through that inward time with doing art, with singing? I mean, there's so many things. So just like
Hmm.
helping us prepare. And sometimes we don't prepare. And I think a lot of time men doesn't prepare. They're just like on a go, do this. But it's we have to
I think
think.
that's a life. A
Mhm.
life pushes us because the speed of day that we have
Mhm.
created, it's when you think about it, I don't know what time you wake up, but I wake up before 5 o'clock.
Not your time, honey. No, I'm not a morning person. I don't know how you do this. Praise to those people who get up so early.
Yeah,
No.
4:45 is when the clock is starting to make noise and it's sort of like waking up. But 5 o'clock definitely out of the bed, and um, it is always on clock. Everything is on clock. You get up, you get ready, you go to work, you work, buzz through your day with everything that you have to do at work. Then you zoom home, and regardless of you're a man or woman, there's always things to do at home. Dinner, family, kids are going for their activities, and it's always rush, 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 rush. When it slows down lightly in the fall, and in the winter, it really does slow down.
Mhm.
This transition season to stillness, I love about it, the fall.
Yeah.
The falling leaves, when you think about what needs to fall away, because we went through this whole year learning, right? And now today we look at the stuff that we learned. What have we done? What do I want to keep, and what I want to let go of, right? So the falling leaves, I'm letting go of some stuff. I'm not letting go of everything.
Yeah.
Surrendering to the new season to
And that's exactly that, right? Like
mhm,
we won't have so much sun.
mhm,
We are not going to be able to go outside and lay on a beach. And
mhm,
there's things that, are going to be changing, and we have to learn how to accept that and how to flow with that. And it's completely fine.
mhm,
We can shift into some other places, and winter does bring that. You have to go inward. We do have to go inward. This is how we awaken, how we expand, how we learn, how we heal by going inward. So fall is just this amazing um, time, and it helps us provide for self. Like
mhm,
there's things that we gotta do for ourselves, and there's a lot of people who don't know how to do that. There's a lot of pleasers out there. They only think about others and others and others. And then when this time comes, it's like, what am I going to do now? And then you get depressed and then you get depleted. And how do you deal with that? So fall prepares you for that. Um, yeah.
Honoring the lessons that we learn, it's another aspect of fall. So, honoring your year of learning, and regardless of what you do in life, there are things that you learn. You may not be aware of it, but when you stop and start, maybe even scratching on a piece of paper. So, what did I do this year? What did I learn? What is the biggest thing you learned this year, Sabina?
Me,
Uh huh.
um, taking action without feeling resistance. And that's kind of, all the seasons, that's what it is. It was, and actually we're going to be talking about this. I feel like this season is exactly about that. That's why I was like, oh, just what an insight, It's yeah, it's deciding to do good things for yourself and be aware of that and welcome that in and feel satisfied with what you do. So when we get those triggers and when life kind of blocks us and we're like, oh, I don't know which direction go to, blah blah blah, just go in any direction. That's what we
Mm-hmm.
need to do. So that's what I this year, I guess there was just a lot of goals and learning how to flow with this, not overthinking it, not thinking, oh, is this a good time? Am I ready? Like there's all
Mm-hmm.
these things that we have in our head. So eliminating that really helped me and it makes things so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Which
being in the
which
moment.
emotions are we dealing now? Because for me, it comes up like acceptance, right?
Mm, yes, yes.
Nostalgia,
Yeah, and
grief.
I'm glad you mentioned that. So fall is a season that is troublesome for a lot of people. It's
Mm-hmm.
just this change. It's the change that comes and changes everything. Our mood changes. The sun is not as much, like it's dark outside when we get up, but it's just finding comfort in those unfamiliar places. So, the two organs that we are going to talk about, unless Dorotka has anything extra, but it's for me, I have large intestines
Mm-hmm.
and then heart. No, I'm sorry, lungs. Lungs.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
there's another thing that comes with that, and it's parasites. But let's start with large intestines. And
Mm-hmm.
I found some info that that organ really rests and heals from 3 to 5 in the morning. So
Hmm.
when you sleep, it heals. The first, there's two emotions. One is procrastination.
Mm.
Makes so much sense, right? Are we gonna
Slow
digest
digestion.
it? Are we gonna hold it in and hold it and wait for it and
Mm-hmm.
wait for it? Are we just gonna go do it? So it's take action. That's,
Mm.
when we procrastinate, we're holding back. What are we holding back from? What are we afraid of? So it's lack of direction. It's not knowing which direction to go, and it's procrastinating. And then you get so stressed because you do things last minute. I mean, it's so unworth it. So I know I've been a procrastinator most of my life, and I think I got rid of that. And it makes things so much easier. You sleep better at night, you know? You
Yeah.
don't think about it 70 times. It comes, done, take action, move it next, So that's the first emotion. And then the second one is fear of success, which kind of ties in. And this is where the acceptance comes. So the opposite of fear of success is accept. And
Mm-hmm.
big insight that was like, wow, for me. The way out of this emotion is I accept awareness. So just to take you a little bit deeper on this is, let's say if you have past lifetimes, past experiences where your success caused you pain, caused you
Or
whatever.
your life, losing
There's
your
people,
life.
yeah, there's people who are jealous. There's people who want to be who you are. There's just all kinds of stuff out there. So if that success gave you a negative experience, that's going to be coming up. You're going to be afraid of being so successful. And let's say funny story with that. It's not, I mean, it's just like about having something that, feels good and things. And I won't mention, it's about a car, and I won't mention which make that is because we're not doing any advertisements here. But it's, my husband decided to buy a car once, and it was a car that I was gonna drive. And I was just so ashamed to drive that car. And I'm thinking, oh my God, it's a good car. Like, where is
Hmm.
this coming from? And instead of being grateful and being happy because, we were able to do that or whatever, I was sitting in there like this. And I really dove deep into this, and I realized that yes, in my past lifetimes, let's say when you hierarchy-wise, like we're somewhere, in a better place, the
Hmm.
ones who were not in a good place, they hated you. You were not liked. You, yeah, you were on that other spectrum. And I think that was coming up with me that people will want things from me, that they will judge me for having things. And that was such a weird experience. But I had to just get rid of that because I'm going to be attracting what I hold in, right? So
Hmm.
that's just an example. So, like, yeah, be aware that, okay, maybe you did go through some hard times, but you know what? We're getting rid of that, right? Like we're releasing those things. It's
Hmm.
not, we're not bringing the past, we're not repeating the past. Our consciousness is shifting. The earth is in a different place. We're moving in a different place.
That awareness is really important in not just this one thing, but in everything that we do and everything we are. I mean, if you are not aware that you are holding something, then how will you ever heal from that, right? You have
Mhm.
to be aware. Pay attention to your body, pay attention to your thoughts, your emotions. And when you find what emotion do I have, what thoughts are connected to that emotion, let's look at the or like let's look at the pain. What is this pain coming from? And what thoughts and emotion could have triggered that. So the stuff that we are talking about, you can find that anywhere, but bringing that to your awareness is what we are trying to do. It's teaching us the same way it's teaching anyone who is watching our series and watching our videos. And you were talking about acceptance and awareness. And for me, I understand that so good when it comes to digestive system, because when I hold something in, meaning a thought and emotion, because I'm going through something, it's sort of like when you say holding your breath for something, right? So when I feel like I'm holding my breath and waiting what's going to happen next, like is it another shoe going to drop or break on my head or something like that, I'm holding in. And I realized a while back, when I do that, everything in my body is like sort of on a pause.
Mhm.
Definitely my digestive system. So
Yeah.
when you feel stagnant, your digestive system is not working right, visit
Mhm.
what you are actually holding and what you are holding
Yeah.
for.
What you're
That's
trying to process.
exactly
Yeah, because if you got
digesting,
hung up
digesting.
on some topic, on some situation, on something, digestive issues, yes, you are not getting over. So that's when we welcome into the winter. Go inward and see,
Yes.
and see what are you thinking about? What are you feeling? Why are you feeling like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, get
Peppermint can
guidance.
help with that if you have issues
Yeah,
with digestive system. And I'm sure everyone had peppermint tea unless for some reason you're allergic. I have not heard of anyone, but things happen, right?
yeah,
Because we are all different. But peppermint definitely can help with
yes,
the emotions. It kind of lifts you up first and gives you kind of like that space where you can you can deal with that emotion. And I read even that not to overdo on peppermint because you can numb yourself. You like that coolness so much that
Mhm.
you on it all the time. It's like a drug. I'm gonna take some peppermint. I'm gonna take some
Oh,
peppermint, and it's
interesting.
emotionally kind of like numbing you. Not totally, but it helps with that. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Makes sense.
peppermint essential oil, or just have that peppermint tea. There's a lot of digestive teas there that can help you, but do remember that revisit your emotions and thoughts when you have that issue.
Yeah.
And peppermint, outside of helping with digestive system, also helps you refresh your mind and uplift your emotions when they too heavy. And when you smell it, it's like waking up your soul.
Mhm. It's expanding your lungs.
Right.
It's helping you breathe,
Yes,
take more in,
absolutely. So,
take your life in. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
And then fear of success, release oil is good with that one. So if you're
Mm.
fearing of being successful, you gotta release
That's the
your
blend,
hormones
right?
that's blocking you. Yes, that's the blend.
Mm-hmm.
Um, moving to the next one, lungs.
Mm-hmm.
They heal from 5 to 7 in the morning when we sleep. And feeling unappreciated affects our lungs. And I like those analogies. Like when you feel unappreciated by others, you got to ask yourself, do you appreciate yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Because usually that's how that will come up. If we don't feel appreciated, it's because we don't really know how to appreciate ourselves, and that reflects in the outside of us. So not feeling important. So let's say
Mm-hmm.
maybe there were a lot of siblings in a family. There was a financial situation, and the parents didn't have enough time for all the kids, whatever the situation is. And then we feel not important, or we weren't listened to. Well, however that one comes in. And the way out is I am on purpose. So knowing that we all have a purpose. We wanted to be here. Our soul wanted to be here. We came here with a reason. We got to take action. Do not procrastinate anymore and find out what that is, because we are on purpose. The next one is unmotivated. And I
Mm-hmm.
think we all deal with that. It's just like lack of motivation. Um, and the way out of this one is I am responsive. So again, constantly going back to that action. Just have a response, like act on it. However that is, if it's hard, do just as little as possible. Daily, have a list. Do one thing a day. Move a little bit slowly because there's something that's blocking you, something from the past is blocking you, and learn how to be focused. A lot of people who have trouble with motivation, there's just so many distractions, so many
Mm-hmm.
things. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. There's, all these um, just things that come on that we make ourselves believe that we gotta do this first and this, and then we leave the last thing that's important because we don't feel important. So we're not important enough to spend some time and give ourselves a little bit of time. So see how that works? I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just be focused. Learn how to be focused. And then the last emotion is rejection. And again,
Mm-hmm.
are we rejecting what we want? Are we rejecting the future we would like to have or the reality we would like to have? We're rejecting something and we're meeting people in our path who are rejecting us. We feel like life is rejecting us. We're talking to the universe constantly. I'm being rejected. And the universe is like, so, okay, you're being rejected. Okay. Let's
When you
shift that
think,
thinking.
yes, so
Um,
lungs is taking in life, right? When you
yes.
think about it, what is the first thing that happens when we are born? We take in the first
Right.
breath.
Mhm.
That's life. That's like the heavens and earth in one body becomes one when we take this first breath. And if we cannot take the life we have, we don't take deep breath. So watch your breathing. If it's shallow, what are you afraid of in life? What is constricting your breathing? What are you moving through that it's giving you hard time? Why can you breathe with your full chest, right? So
Yes.
opening up, watch your body position, like how you sit. Are you hunched over? Are you hiding? It's not only hiding your heart, but also hiding from taking a deep breath. When you open your arms and take a deep breath,
Yeah.
now you're living.
Yes. Take that breath in. And many times, um, children who, adult children, but at that point when you were in your mother's womb and you were not a planned child,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And the mom wasn't sure if she wanted you. That's rejection on some level. A lot of these souls will have issues with their lungs, like something like asthma might come in.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so just feeling rejected starts with being in a womb, and it's not that, it's not to blame the mom for anything. It's just like you chose that mom. You were
Mm-hmm.
dealing with this emotion before, and this is what you're repeating again, and you will be repeating it. So it's time to sit down, welcome winter in,
Mm-hmm.
and think about it. And why
it's
are you
not it's
preventing
not
yourself
only
from
from
living?
fear. Sorry, when you think about it, taking a breath, and when you have a fear of life, what my life is going to be like when this baby comes, the fear of taking that life in is also could also restrict the breathing and create issues. So not to say that baby people who are born with lungs issues, they were unwanted. There was a maybe fear of, okay, I'm going to have this baby, and now what? How my life is going to look like. Sometimes it could be very
Am I gonna
small
be a
thing.
good enough mom? Like usually moms will say that. I didn't know if I
Yes.
was gonna be a good mom, good enough for that child.
Or can I do it? Can I
Self-worth.
do it?
Yeah, yeah,
Right? Yeah.
exactly.
So it
There's
could
so
be a lot
much.
of things. So just you don't go hard on your parents, on your mothers.
No, definitely not. They're exactly the thing that you need to heal. They're gonna bring
Yeah.
you everything you need. Yes, with rejection, the opposite, I mean the opposite is the purification. So you gotta purify that, and the way out is I accept all that I am. And it comes down to you. How do you see yourself? Do you reject yourself? Do you welcome yourself? Do you want to live? Do you welcome life in and accept everything that you are? So that lungs. And now going back to the large intestine, which is very interesting. So according to the Chinese traditional medicine, they teach us that yes, we clean our colon and our intestine during the fall, because that's when that organ is very strong. But before we start cleaning that organ, we have to clear out the parasites.
Mm.
And what are the parasites? And that's just fascinating. And obviously, we eat things that can bring them in, but how do your thoughts and emotions, how do they create an environment for them? So they say that parasites are the emotion is boredom. You're bored.
Mm.
You're not taking action. You're not doing anything in your life. You're standing stuck and you're just not knowing, which direction to take, where to go. And that's parasite it's almost like all these thoughts or things you've heard in life, all these other things squiggling in you, the things that somebody said about you, the thoughts that you have about you, and you just don't know what to do because you're afraid you're going to be criticized, or whatever, like not good enough work or anything. So the way out is I am in alignment. You do have your own path. You do have a
Hmm.
purpose. You are important. You came here on purpose, and take action and be aware of the greatness that is all around you. Um,
Yeah, and just
and
to add to
grounding.
it, to cover this all the way to the end, um, you are here for a reason. Every single human being that comes to this life on this planet has purpose.
Mm.
There is no life created that has no purpose. Even when there's a fear of, can I do it? Even when there's a thought, I don't think I want this baby, that is always behind everything. There is always
Yeah.
purpose.
Mm.
Because from when you think about your weaknesses, conquering or overcoming your weaknesses brings a strength in a certain area of your life. And when that comes out, you bring the essence of who you are into this planet, into life. You affect everyone around you. You walk your life, your path in a positive or negative way. You always affect people around you. The teachings that you bring with you are important,
Mm.
whichever way you're going to go, however you want to walk through your life. Every single person that moves through our path or walks on our path is influencing us, is influencing other people around. There is no life on this planet that is not important. From the
Yes.
little rock to the big human, every single one of us is important. Don't ever think less of yourself, regardless of what's going on around you. So
Great.
always look into healing your perspective, right?
Mm.
Because we can look at this life from different perspective, and we can look from the negative side, how screwed up it is, or how this screwed up moment brought strength in me or wisdom into my life, right?
Yes. Yes, you're a perfect mixture of experiences, feelings, teachings, and the
Exactly.
souls that come with you, let's say in your family setting or friendship setting or future spouse or kids. They need exactly that. And they will wait for that. So
Exactly.
there's just, it's magnificent.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Look at yourself in a mirror and know that you are the best thing that ever happened to you.
Right. And you get all the keys you got. All of
Exactly.
them are in you. You know everything.
Yes, exactly.
You just have to listen to yourself
Mhm.
and bring whatever you need to bring for yourself. Take action. Accept your awareness that you're on purpose.
I'm not saying that it's easy, you
No,
know.
we're not saying it's easy. It's dealing with yourself. It's facing your own stuff. And yeah, that
Yes.
is not easy. But if anybody can do it, it's you.
Yeah,
Nobody will do it for
exactly.
you. And you know,
Exactly.
sometimes when we don't want to take action, we will become the people who make others do things for us, you know? And then we're upset because it's not how we want it. So
Hmm.
just know when you need something, you know exactly how to bring yourself exactly what you need. Nobody will make the food that you love the best, the bed that you like. You know, it's just like we all are very unique, and you have to find out what that is, and you will get there. And that's your mission. You is your mission.
Exactly. I would get really upset many times when I heard from people, "Oh, you are so strong." And I was like, hurting. You don't understand. I'm hurting. I was annoying me, really, but there was situations in my life when I actually moved through and look back, I was like, holy, I don't know how
Right,
I did
right.
that. Right.
Exactly. And you know, like, so for me, the word strong was a trigger too,
Mm-hmm.
because it just felt very manly. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
saw it as this I didn't think of it as um like strength and getting over things and you know, like
Mm-hmm.
life. I just saw a muscle for some reason. And I would be getting offended, like, I'm a woman. Why are you telling me I'm strong?
Question.
Everybody has something different.
Question. How many times did you sing that song, I Want My Money Back?
I don't know what song you're talking. I want what
Uh,
song?
what about your life? It's defective. And then I want my money back. Oh,
Oh, I
maybe
don't
not
know the
exactly.
song.
You don't know
No.
the song? Oh my God.
No. You gotta send it over.
It's
I
an
don't know
old
the
song.
song.
Okay, I will send you a link. Yeah,
Okay.
there's a lot about blah 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 life, and I want my money back is that repeats, for
It's
whatever.
like a metaphor that it didn't
Yeah,
go how he wanted it to go. And okay.
I want my money back. Yeah, that's it's actual song. I will send you link so you can listen to it. See, we,
Awesome.
we learned something. Well,
Yeah.
essential oils that can help you. The very first one that comes up is eucalyptus. I love eucalyptus. Eucalyptus clears respiratory system and refreshes the senses. It brings clarity to cloudy thoughts.
Hmm.
So when you think about peppermint for your intestines, I remember first time when I was in a classroom for essential oils, I said, these oils are so similar. They have this cold wind. And my instructor asked, what do you mean cold wind? I'm like, when you smell it, it's like this cool kind of think the
Hmm.
note in it. Oh, and that's one point in Insigno, eucalypto. Oh, that's constituent. I learned that later in the nerdy classes about essential oils. But eucalyptus, definitely, I think a lot of us are using eucalyptus at homes. And it also, I heard it gets rid of the bad energies too.
Yeah.
Ravinsara, it strengthens your immune system and relieves tension. We need that. Restores emotional lightness. Also, thyme. Thyme is deeply purifying, fortifies your lung energy. And that's, I think, I like the most about thyme, that
Hmm.
fortifying, that making strong the lung energy, and strengthens and courage to let go of fear and resistance. How many times we resist to work through things because it's too much pain. It brings out all these thoughts and emotions that experience of something and we don't want to do it. So time is very helpful. Also, we can implement like positive practices. We can do gratitude rituals or journal, breathing, mindful breathing, and nourishing our body, mind, and spirit in a ways that brings us joy and comfort. It brings us peace. Whatever it is, like I know Sabinka, we know you like to paint. Other people like to just doodle, draw, or sing or whatever. I
Dance.
do a lot of
Yeah.
cleaning when I'm stressing. So
Yes. Find
that's
out
my
how you move. What makes you move and move with your movements.
yes,
With move.
whatever
That moves
brings you
the
joy.
energy. Yeah.
Hmm.
Moving physically.
Mindfulness, it's really something that I emphasize all the time, being mindful of everything you do. I know that in a busy life it's very hard to stop and pay attention to what you do, but
Hmm.
finding that 5 minutes a day just to do mindful breathing, it helps a lot. You will be surprised how much it changes for you. Yeah, just
And
connecting
yeah,
with your
just
breath.
becoming aware, like,
Yeah.
okay, I am, affecting my lungs and my breathing.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have a episode on awareness
Mm-hmm.
as well, so we can post that link too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's pretty much
Definitely.
it for the fall. It's a
Yes.
beautiful, beautiful season. Gathering necessary supplies, ways of
Mm-hmm.
coping. Yeah, have your toolkit when you need to cope with something. Get your rose tea. Um,
Fennel is also great for our large intestine. So
yeah,
it supports healthy elimination, balances appetite, and encourages trust in cycles of giving and receiving. So giving and receiving, we also had an episode. We talked
yes,
about giving and receiving a lot. It's starting from giving yourself and allowing yourself to receive, to give and receive
yeah,
from
sharing.
others. Yes,
And we
sharing.
talked about this, like sometimes, so for me, giving was also a trigger. It's like back in the day how can I give if I don't feel like I have anything to give? So
Hmm.
maybe start with the word sharing, and share as much as you can, but leave some for
Let
yourself.
let me bring up something that you just said. How can I give something in if I have nothing? We think that we have nothing to
Yeah.
offer. And for me, that was the biggest thing.
Mhm.
Why would anybody listen to me? I have nothing to offer. Well, how many episodes did we do so far?
Many and many coming.
Many, right? This is our
Right.
second year, right? Working together. Yeah.
Yes.
So the information that we prepare to present for you, some of those things are from our books, from the knowledge that we gained before. But the essence around it is our own life experience. And I heard that somewhere before, and I love to use it over and over. Your life is your curriculum. You went through so much in life. There is no one human being that went through nothing, because then there is no life, right? So whatever it is that was the hardest, whatever kicked your butt, that's your thing.
Hmm.
You have a lot to share always. Like
Yes.
I said, every life is important, and you do have a lot to share. And I was told over and over, you are strong, you have a lot, blah blah blah, all these good things. But when receiving end, your receiver is not working properly, then you have tendencies of like, what are you talking about?
The doors is closed.
Yeah, yeah, and it's
You're not taking things
a
in.
lot of heart healing has to happen, and the time is now. It's always now. It's
Mhm.
not when I get this, or when I go there, or when I have
Do
that, or
this.
when this happens. Then it's always
Yeah,
now. For
because that's an
everything is
excuse. If
now.
if you're using those, when I do this, when I finish, when I blah blah blah, that's an excuse. You're giving yourself an excuse, and you got to figure out why you're making excuses. Like, what's the true root?
Hmm.
An episode on that that is causing you not to do it. What is it? What are you afraid of? What's blocking you? And we all
Yeah,
have it. It's not something to be ashamed of. This
life.
is wisdom that we should have been taught in schools, how to work
Right.
with our emotional body. There's an emotional
Exactly.
body.
So
And
summarizing what we go through in fall or autumn, we both have issues
atom.
pronouncing that. I really don't like it.
Yes.
Okay, fall. Release. So fall is release. The nature is releasing. The trees are releasing the leaves. Not all of the trees. We know we have the evergreens that always stay green, but in general, release, letting go, like falling leaves, harvest, gathering the wisdom from the whole year, balance, equal day and night, the equinox, gratitude, thankfulness for the cycle, for everything that we went through, that we learned, transition, honoring the change, and the wisdom, what
Mhm.
fall teaches us.
Yes. And preparing for what's
Mhm.
coming. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, when you think, I remember when I was very very young, when I was a kid, I would go to the park and pick up leaves, and they would have these beautiful colors. Anything from yellow, still little green, to burgundy red and brown. And very late in winter, I would find leaves that just had like that, what would you call it? The skeleton of the leaf.
Oh, I
Everything
love
disappeared,
those.
and just this mesh of this
Yeah.
little
I would collect these
threads.
for
Yes.
decoration.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes. And so when you think about it, everything that was harvested and taken in as accept it. This is my teaching and I take this. Everything that you are releasing and letting go, it becomes the fertilizer for the next big thing that it's coming your way. Because when you let go of things that don't work for you and that energy goes, you making a space for something new and something beautiful that it's coming your way. So looking at this season also as season of when you think about fall and this late season in a year, it also brings your life into perspective, right?
Mhm.
When you are young, it's like spring is coming, right? You are born, you are a child, you are in spring. Then you are in summer and you growing up in your teenage years, and late summer, you are grown up with your own family. When the fall comes and you are in a wisdom age, when you know a lot because you have aged with a lot of experiences
Mhm.
and a lot of teachings, right? Exactly.
Yep,
Yes.
little mama. Yep.
So the fall is like that wise season that has so much knowledge and wisdom in it that you can sit in it like in a library and review everything.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful.
that's for fall, and that's for our series. We do love to see comments. We love to see your likes and shares. Please do. If you have any comments, if you want to connect with us closer, please, at the end of every podcast, you have contact information with Sabinka and with myself. If you want to see me in person, I'm in Cypress, in Texas, near Houston, and Sabinka is in Wisconsin. Exact place,
Viroqua, Viroqua,
Viroqua.
Wisconsin. Mhm.
Yes. So please connect, and you can see us for in-person sessions or online. We both do online sessions in whatever questions you have, working with energy, essential oils, looking for advice, looking for information about anything that we were touching in our episodes for the seasons and other ones, because in between those we also have episode we did, the latest one about roots, right? How important roots are.
Root
And
chakra.
and we also have it in both languages, Polish and English, because we are bilingual. So no Spanish. I'm sorry. I think if I was maybe 20 years younger and sat down and actually wanted to learn Spanish, I would. But today I can, I have few notes for you in Spanish and that's it. But yes, uh, we would love for you to connect and watch our YouTube videos. Hopefully you like.
Thank you so much for watching. We're wishing an amazing, amazing day and very productive fall.
Yes. Go into the nature, connect with her cycles, and observe your own. Thank you so much and see you next time. Take care.
Bye.